3 separate times for some kind of a formula to buy costume jewelry, junk jewelry, miscellaneous by weight, and I don't have an answer for that. As you may or may not know, there are a lot of watches these days that are just completely worthless. Perhaps these watches here, Fossil, very good example. There's not a Fossil probably in the world that's worth $2. Yet you can get more than that for them if they're in somewhat decent shape. Fits so well, but this one, for instance, is worth basically nothing. What can you pay for it? Who knows? Quarter, 50 cents. Depends on the condition. They do well as a resellable item. Working or not working, they used to sell better than they do now, but they still sell nonetheless. I mean, with 2 of these watches, you have nothing. You accumulate maybe 100 of them, then perhaps you have something very saleable. This Citizen, Citizen there comes in all ranges. I'm sure there's gold Citizens, but I think for the most part they're crap. They're worthless. And women's watches are even more that way than men's. Even many of your better women's watches are nothing, no value, no resale value whatsoever. And I'm going to give away a little secret here. If you look at the back of a watch, men's or women's, and it's a tip for pickers, and you need to familiarize yourself with the look of base metal, and which I think this is a base metal back, and stainless, which I think this is a brushed stainless back. Well, there's a key that if you're looking for gold watches, you won't find a base metal color or a stainless color back on a gold watch. I've never seen one, and I don't think I ever will, because the backs are always gold. Now sometimes you have a gold filled watch and it has a gold filled back, but if it has the gray back, stainless or base metal, you need to go any farther and you'll have to familiarize yourself with what white gold plating looks like, because that would be the exception. You might want to take a look at that for a 14 karat jewelry. If you, and this is imitation pearl, if you accumulate enough of that, you got a handful, you've got nothing. But 1,000 pieces, you have definitely something that is going to bring you decent money, lotted up and sold to dealers and collectors and wearers. So that is basically what I do with my lots of junk items. And I will give you a little tour of that, starting with tokens. All the advertising and tokens get thrown into 2 different boxes. Really nice stuff goes in one box. Your run-of-the-mill stuff goes in another box. And when I gather up, 50 or 100 pieces of advertising and tokens, I'll go through it and lot it up into saleable lots. Religious jewelry, rosaries, there again, rosaries, you got 1 of them, you got nothing. You've got 100 of them, you have a very saleable product. Junk pocket watches, as we know, those are worth nothing, maybe 25 cents in their metals, who knows, and rarely do they work. But I buy them. There again, don't pay much for them because you got 4 of them, you got nothing. But if you got 100 of them, you know, maybe you got $3 a piece. Older pocket watches, kind of the same way. Nazi memorabilia, save up lots of that. Advertising bottle openers and corkscrews. There again, more bottle openers and corkscrews. Little coin purses, little ladies' coin purses, non-silver or gold filled. You know, those can be saved and are very collectible. Novelty coins, more tokens, bowling related medals and memorabilia, Mexican coins, just your, you know, you find coins in the stuff that auto related advertising that you go through. British pounds. Now, whenever I find British pounds, I save those because you know, they're worth. Each one of these coins is worth, I think, $1.30 or something. And if you had 100 of them, you know, you could stick them somewhere and sell them, or find a currency exchange. They don't do that locally here. Dog tax tags. There again, you know, if you have one of those, you have nothing, but if you have 500 of them, you have a pretty nice collection that is saleable. Foreign currency, save that up and lot it into specific countries. Canadian coins, very saleable, especially nowadays that they're on parity with the US dollar. Saleable item, and, you know, basically worth face if you can get it. Now, anything that looks like a cameo, or is a cameo, and I'm talking about the bottom of the barrel stuff, that stuff tends to do well. Of course, if it's gold filled, you know, you want to lot the better gold filled stuff in a different lot, or very old in a different lot, and that's kind of a mixture there. But when I get 20 or 30 of those, I put them on, and I'm always real pleased with how those go. The old thing, same thing with eyeglasses, retro type eyewear, belt buckles I've done real well on recently. More sports memorabilia, coins that show up from all the countries of the world that are not silver and such. I just lot those up, and watch bands and pipes, and novelty advertising watches, and magic tricks, and foreign militaria, ink pens, and